What would it mean to you if you could instantly access all of the openings, leads, and contacts that you need to uncover a lot of opportunities? Chances are that you'd feel very excited because your search would suddenly be many times easier and faster. This was only a dream just a few years ago, but our technology now makes it possible for us to put the openings, leads, and contacts you need right at your fingertips. This has enabled us to leap light years ahead, making job hunting for professionals worldwide an entirely new and different experience. In the next 8 minutes, we'll share with you how we've applied technology so that you can now do something you couldn't possibly have done before. I'm speaking of an incredible job hunting information service, the first of its kind in the world. To develop our capability took several years and an investment of over $35 million, but it gives you the openings, leads, and contacts you need and saves months of time. How much time do people spend looking for a new job? The Wall Street Journal reported that the average professional spends about 40 minutes per day on their search, but they watch television for several hours. Why don't they spend more time on their search? It's because they don't have any way to access more openings, leads, and contacts. However, through our advanced technology, we can enable you to get 10 times as much done in a single hour. Even more important, chances are your enthusiasm will soar. Here's what we can now do for anyone. With little or no time on your part, we can connect you to 97% of all public openings, on employer websites, on job boards, in trade magazines, in newspapers, and with recruiters who post listings on their websites. On your own, chances are you will only uncover 2% of the openings you should know about, or about 1/50th of what we can now put at your fingertips. Let me go through some examples. There are about 2,000 newspapers with ads for jobs. To access openings, here's how easy it is. Simply select a state, and all the papers appear. Click on the one of interest, and you'll link directly to their openings. There are also about 1,500 trade magazines, and their positions are often at a higher income. We make it easy to review openings in any field. Just select an industry and link directly to openings in any magazine of interest. Next are openings on job boards. There are over 1,500 job boards, not just Monster and Career Builder. Many can connect you to situations where there is less competition. But on your own, you can't identify them. However, with our technology, you just select a classification and all job boards appear. Then click on any one and go directly to openings. Let's next discuss openings with 3,500 recruiters. Most people can't identify them or the industries they focus on. Many web recruiters post openings on their websites, and we give you 4 ways of searching them. You simply choose a state, and you'll get contact information for all recruiters. With web recruiters, you can also review their listings. Now let's look at openings on employer websites. Did you know that more than 300,000 employers list openings on their websites? On your own, however, it's virtually impossible to uncover more than a fraction of them. We let you quickly search to see what's available. Now let's take a look at why we created Advertised Market Super Search. Do you find that navigating the internet is time-consuming and frustrating? Most people do. That's why Advertised Market Super Search instantly retrieves openings from more than 1,000 internet sites. You could enter a job title of interest, in this case VP of HR, and your location. Clicking on the search button takes you to all openings you selected. You can also set agents with your preferences, and we automatically email new openings daily. You're also linked to 15 other meta search engines that spider openings and bring them to one place, enabling you to multiply your opportunities many times over. What could all of these capabilities do for you? I'm speaking of your having instant access to all openings in newspapers, trade magazines, on job boards, with internet recruiters, and on employer websites. Well, as stated previously, it would mean you'd have access to 97% of all openings that are released to the public. However, having access to all the public openings by no means gives you access to the full market. So let's next discuss openings filled privately, what some call the unpublished job market. And this is very important to understand. If you're seeking up to $100,000, 50% of all your openings will be private. At $101,000 to $150,000, 75% will be private. And at $150,000 and above, 90% of the openings you'll be looking for will be filled privately. An important question for you is, do you know how to connect with these private openings? Most people think this requires great personal contacts, but this isn't true anymore. There are now, thanks to our technology, 3 easy ways to get considered. The first is getting leads to jobs before they're made public, which our technology now makes possible. The second is identifying your highest probability prospects and then placing your resume with them, which our technology also makes easy to do. The third is a new concept of expanded networking, where you just send friends, associates, and key decision makers a short email with a link to your website. So let's next discuss in greater depth the 3 ways we connect you to private openings. The first is by giving you good leads. Leads are signals that jobs may soon be available. For example, an employer announcing expansion plans, relocating to your area, or receiving a large contract. Through Associated Press and Thomson Reuters, via satellite, we receive 22,000 such leads every day. It may seem remarkable, but we can now automatically email you these leads, all sorted by your metro areas and industries of interest. Needless to say, when you know where jobs may be emerging, you have an inside track. Now let's discuss the second way we connect you to private openings, making it easy for you to identify the contacts who should know about you, and then placing your resume with them. Here we can supply the critical contacts you need. To do it, we take advantage of several dozens of world-class databases so that you can instantly connect to decision makers in the US and more than 200 other countries. You can get to employers, growth firms, venture capitalists, and the world's premier recruiters, most of whom never publish their job openings. And it doesn't matter if you're searching just in the US or globally. You could be in Los Angeles and want a new job in London or Shanghai. Regardless, for the first time ever, you can now identify and instantly get to the key decision makers in the cities you want who should know about you. A miracle of technology, this too was only a dream until a couple of years ago. One of our strategic partners is Dow Jones. Using their information, we can get you instant access to decision makers, not just in the US, but anywhere else in the world. Just go to any country, in this case the United Kingdom, and you'll be connected to any industry and any firms you want. Names of decision makers, full contact information, and the latest business news are at your fingertips. Now let's discuss expanded networking, the third way you can easily get considered for private jobs. If you have superior resumes and an excellent marketing website, all you need to do is send people a brief email with a link. When they see your website, they'll be impressed, and it's easy for them to refer you to others. Now, another area where we help is providing market intelligence. You'll be able to instantly get investment banker or trade reports on industries, employers, and even specific executives. This gives you information to be more impressive in interviews and to come out number one. You'll also be supported by the country's most advanced job market research department. Whatever information you need, just email our staff, and we'll get you what you want and email it back to you in 24 to 48 hours. Let's recap our discussion and how our job hunting information service can give you exposure to 50 times more openings that are out there for you. We discussed a variety of ways we can do a lot of the hard work of job hunting by getting you 97% of all public openings in newspapers, magazines, on job boards, with internet recruiters, and on hundreds of thousands of employer websites. Everything is instant. Besides all the public openings, our technology gives you the easiest ways to connect to privately filled opportunities. The first is that you will be sent daily leads. Second, you'll be able to contact decision makers in the US and over 200 countries. Third is where you email a link to your website. You'll also have continuous market intelligence, insider information. Last, our research staff will get you any other information you need. What could having this information and the openings, leads, and contacts do for you? In today's market, it can save almost anyone 2, 3, or 4 months of time. Regardless, chances are you will be 10 times more productive for every hour you spend on your search. It's an unbelievable advantage. We hope you've enjoyed this brief discussion on what our revolutionary technology can now do for you. Just as important, it is available on a very affordable basis. With best wishes for your success.